Hey, Shalom. Call Halayim La, Lahayinawa, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kahakodash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well and teach well, and peace and salutations to the house of David, the elect of the nation of Israel. Peace and salutations to the brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, pursuing his truth and sincerity. It's to our Pariyah tuning in from the province for the Island Camp. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. All right, I'm not going to make this too long. I'll just be direct. Okay, we're going to go into Jeremiah, the 10th chapter. All right, this is directed towards a custom of the heathens. All right, so Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Right? So these heathens, they're the ones that are so caught up in the sun and the moon and the stars and worshiping those things. And at the end of the day, the Lord told us not to do it. Okay, the Lord told us not to follow their ways. Why? Because we were given our own way of life. We were given our own laws, statutes, and commandments to follow. All right, and pretty much at this point, we see today that it's clear we did not follow those. We actually decided to follow the ways of the heathen instead. Right? Because today is the so-called Christmas Eve. Okay, and everybody in the nation of Israel, for the most part, celebrates this so-called holiday. All right, but the truth of the matter is that these people, they think that it goes back to so-called Jesus Christ, okay, which he wasn't born in the winter. Okay, he was born in the spring. All right, he was born where life was beginning. All right, so point is that the Lord had told us, okay, he had told us not to follow the way of the heathen. Okay, and the only way a person will really know what's truly going on is if the Lord poured that spirit upon them. All right, now, so-called Christmas Eve, so-called Christmas, rather, it goes back to the birth of Nimrod. Okay, it goes back to the birth of Nimrod, which was, that was around the time of Babylon. Okay, and it goes all the way back to Egypt. So people don't do no research, which is why they don't understand, which is why they can't believe it. You know, it's just people are so caught up in what the world does and how they're doing things, and they're just followers. You know, they don't want to, let's say, be an outsider to this world. All right, let's read verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. Okay, which, when, you know, these people put these trees in the homes, okay, it's a imitation of an evergreen tree. Some of them actually put the evergreen tree in their house, and at that point, you know, once the tree is cut off from its root, it is dead. Okay, so everyone's got a dead tree in their house. Okay, and that's the work of Esau Edom. That's the work of the heathen. Okay, Esau Edom goes hard at it. He's the one pushing this thing hard as ever. But all said and done, this goes back to Psalms, the 83rd chapter, when it talks about cutting our people off from being a nation, okay, alongside with their allies. Verse 4, they deck it with the silver and with gold. They fasten it with the nails and with hammers, that it move not. Okay, so that's exactly what they do to the Christmas tree today. They deck it out with the jingle, with the ornaments and the lights. All right. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. All right. So at the end of the day, when the Lord tells us to do something, all right, and he's very specific, especially when it comes to a so-called custom holiday like this, all right, it's clear as day that he doesn't want us doing it. But only the upright, only the righteous are gonna stem away from following the ways after the heathen. All right, let me go. Let me see. All right, this is 2 Kings chapter 17. We'll go to verse 7. All right, for so it was that the children of Israel has sinned against the Lord their power. All right, now in this case here, it's talking about, the northern kingdom, but we're gonna apply it to all of Israel. All right, it says, which have brought them out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and have feared of the gods, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel, and of the kings of Israel, which they have made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord their power, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city. And they set them up images and groves in every high hill, and up and under every green tree. And there they burnt incense in all the high places, as did the heathen whom the Lord carried away before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger. For they served idols, whereof the Lord has said unto them, ye shall not do this thing. Okay, we were told not to do this. Verse 13, yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, right, because that's how the Lord speaks to the people, through the seers and through the prophets that are on the highways and byways. It says, turn ye from your evil ways and keep commandments and my statutes according to all the law which I commanded your fathers, right? The laws that were given by Moses, all right? The Most High using Moses to give those laws, and which I sent to you by my servants the prophets. Notwithstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their necks like to the neck of their fathers. They did not believe in the Lord their power, and they rejected his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies which he testified against them. And they followed vanity and became vain, and went after the heathen that were round about them, concerning whom the Lord had charged them that they should not do like them. Okay, so just look around the world now, man. It's clear as day. It's clear as day we didn't listen. All right, it's clear as day. People didn't follow the blueprint. People didn't go according to, the program. They didn't follow the design. The birds chirping on that one. The birds chirping on that one. Says, verse 16, and they left all the commandments of the Lord their power, and them molten images, and even 2 calves, and made a grove, and worship all the hosts of heaven, and serve Baal. And ultimately, that's exactly what's happening. Okay, all of these other religions and okay, all of these other ways of life is as if you're serving Baal. Okay, verse 17, and they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire. Okay, there was giving off, sacrificing their children, which is what is going on today. All right, with the Planned Parenthoods all over the place. Okay, it's like sacrificing unto Molech. All right, which they actually have the temple of Molech still to this day, which the elites and all these Edomites that are in that seat, so to speak, all right, is they continuing that tradition. It says, and use divination and enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. Yeah, that new it's witchcraft nowadays. Witchcraft is the new so-called thing. It's a new trend to follow. Okay, and it's consuming especially the women. All right, the women are so into it and caught up on so-called witchcraft. But they sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. Therefore, the Lord was very angry with Israel and removed them out of his sight. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only. Okay, so that's when the northern kingdom was taken out of that land. All right, that was that land that they were dwelling in. All right, and that's when they went to the Americas. Okay, but we're gonna leave it off with this. Where is it at? Bear with me. All right, this is Proverbs 15:9. Okay, the way of the wicked is an abomination unto the Lord. Okay, the way of these heathen, all right, the way of Esau, Edom, okay, is an abomination unto the Lord. But he loveth him that follow after righteousness, all right? And that righteousness is following after Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, all right? Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Shalom.